Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel, so you can check that out. My name is my name is Vetta, and as always, I am being joined by my brother Matt, and on this episode, we will be reviewing Fresh, and I'm gonna just blame it on the alcohol. So
blame it on the alcohol. Yeah, you are. Hey, you guys didn't even let me get a hey in.
Nope. All right. So before we get started on this, what are you drinking tonight?
Well, I thought this is my go-to, but I thought it was also appropriate for this movie. But I am drinking a glass of wine, a glass of red. Well, I'm drinking a bottle, but red wine. I almost got a Chianti, but I couldn't find one. So I was like, forget it. It's fine. So I'm drinking a Cabernet Sauvignon. What are you drinking?
I am drinking a Manhattan.
Ooh,
with all the cherries.
That makes I should have drank a Manhattan. Oh, because I wrote it down. I wrote it down. I wrote it down like the only time I drink a Manhattan is if you put a buttload of cherries in there. And I like it when they put a little bit of the cherry sauce in there too.
The grenadine, yep.
Yeah, the grenadine it tastes so good.
But when he handed her the bowl of cherries, I was like, that's a good bartender.
That is a good one. Yeah. Okay, so I wrote down, I wanted to ask you a question before we did this podcast.
Okay. Ask away.
Would you eat a human steak?
Like just in a restaurant, or if someone just put it in front of me at a table?
Both?
Like I don't need to, but I want to? Is that what you're
saying? No, I'm asking you if you would eat a human steak.
I mean, if it was my only option on the entire planet and there was no other choice, yes. Otherwise, no.
Yeah, and I wouldn't eat a human steak. I'm like, ew, I'm not interested.
No,
like, and I love how, I'm sorry, I'm getting like way into the movie, but I love how they were like sniffing their panties and everything. I was like, ew, you're a dirty perv. They like to be a part of them. No, they don't. They're just creepy.
Yeah. So how did
one of them was so Jeff Bezos? One of them was Jeff Bezos.
The one with the glass.
Yeah, that was like eating that pile of like ground beef that was all like that looks like Taco Bell meat. That didn't look like human meat. That looked like Taco Bell meat.
No. So first we're gonna start with, what did you think of her first date? Because she's a kid of today going out on the internet dating. And the opening scene is her on a date with, to me, what seems like the douchiest guy ever.
Oh, I have lots to say about Chad. His name is Chad. Chad was boring. Okay. Chad was like one of those guys that you go on a date and was like, oh yeah, your brother's name is Steve. Yeah. More guac, please. And everything. I'm all like, Chad is boring as shit. What was that nonsense about? I love hot sauce on everything. Okay. Thanks there. What is that? What is that?
She should never have gone on that date. The fact that Chad sent her a message saying that the restaurant only accepted cash and that they were going Dutch. Like, dude, it's absolutely first date. Are you
absolutely? I know it's a stereotype, but fellas, come on, we need to step it up. I paid for every date, just so you know, when courting my wife. I know, hard to believe I'm heterosexual, but it's true. But you
went straight for the hetero. You could have like tried to play it off that you were bi, but
I'm not interested.
You open up Webster's dictionary to metrosexual, and it's a picture of you.
For sure, absolutely. You gotta pay, like, and plus it was a Chinese restaurant. It can't be that expensive. Like, I'm sorry, it can't be that expensive.
What did you think about him fucking taking her leftovers?
Oh, that was rude. So rude. And then
rude, but you made her pay.
Exactly. And you know what really gets me is he's talking about, like, he was like, women used to dress feminine. You're dressed like a fucking bum and everything. And I'm all like, okay, first off, calm down, killer. Okay, she's not. First off, you invited her to a Chinese restaurant, you fucking loser. And
if
second,
you want to talk about used to, men used to
Dress
they used to pick their date up, drive them to the restaurant,
exactly,
compliment them,
and wear a suit or not a fucking scarf there. Okay.
Oh, he totally had super. My mom wanted me to have a participation ribbon in everything.
For sure. And I didn't like how he talked to that waitress. He's like, can I have some sparkling water? Bubble. Don't be a fucking dick face.
And then he's like, I don't think she understood me. I'm like, just because she's Chinese doesn't mean
exactly.
She may not speak well, but they understand very
and everybody,
well.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody knows what sparkling water is, you fucking asshole. Like, calm it down.
And
like,
I'm sorry. Every mother knows how to get a stain out, so they know what to fucking bring you.
Right. And I'm pretty sure his scarf was just fine. It barely was touching those
probably
noodles.
From Old Navy, it cost him $5 on special. He could have got a new one.
Yeah, exactly. He was an asshole. I didn't like Chad. I didn't like Chad at all. Which I have thoughts to talk about him at the end of this, just so you know.
Right. So what did you think about? So if I were to ask,
can I ask you a question though?
Yeah.
You're the one that chose this movie, and I wrote down right off the bat. What's wrong with you? What's going on? What you got to say? It
sounded interesting to me.
Okay. How many people have you eaten?
None.
No. Okay. Just checking there.
I mean, I would literally need the definition of that. But...
yeah, right on. Oh, don't worry. I have things to say about you and later on about this movie. I have thoughts. Okay.
So I have a question for you. What aisle do you live on?
Whatever aisle the alcohol is on, I'll tell you that.
So here, I would need to be in the liquor store.
Whatever.
Wherever the alcohol is. All right. So I have a question. Are cotton candy grapes a real thing? Because
they are. I wrote it down. Okay, so there is this thing now because I haven't had the cotton candy grapes, but I have had a grape flavored apple. Okay. And it's just like that. It's they take a flavor of something and me personally, when he gave him those, and the same thing with the grape flavored apple. Apples are my favorite fruit. So I'm all like, why would you ruin the apple with a grape flavor? And then the same thing, grapes are delicious.
Right? Why does it need to be cotton?
Why would you? Yeah.
And can I just say he handed her a grape straight out of the bag?
Oh, I know. Exactly. Oh my God. You and me are on the same boat because I was like, oh, he didn't even wash those and they're just eating them. I was like, there's so much dirt on those and pesticides. I'm sorry,
have you seen people check out produce in a store? They touch the shit out of it.
Yeah, they do.
You need to go home and wash it and not just run it underwater. You need to like really clean it.
Yeah, with baking soda water or vinegar water. I
was going to say vinegar water, but
my wife does vinegar. I like baking soda, but it doesn't matter either way.
Potato.
Yeah, potato. Can I say I feel like, hold on, I wrote, sorry, I was a little inebriated when I wrote these. Okay. When she's all like after the date and then she's all on her computer and then she gets that text from that dude because she's on like, I don't know, Love Match or whatever the new app is. I just want to say one thing, a PSA to all the men out there. Stop sending dick pics. Stop it. Women don't like, I'm married to a woman and she does not want my dick pics. I know that straight out the gate. Like, she is not interested in that. You know what? You know the sexy pictures I sent her? Me putting out the garbage. She's unloading the dishwasher. She's like, that is actually very sexy. And I'm all like, yeah, it is, because I'm sexy and everything.
Gonna say yes. I'm not even joking. My husband was out of town and our toilet seat broke and I went to the store, bought it and replaced it, and he was literally like, that's the hottest thing ever. You didn't ask me to do that. You did it all on your own.
Yeah, I'm just straight up like women do not want dick pics. Stop sending and stop saying like, oh, I could make you so wet. What? Yeah, because you're so fucking hot. Your dick pic wasn't that great, buddy. Let's just be honest about that.
Trust
okay.
Me. Okay, let's be 100% honest.
Fupa.
She could do it better because she knows herself better than you.
And she's super hot. I don't understand how she was single. She was super hot and everything.
I think she's like a homebody is the impression I got, but
But I'm me. If that girl showed up to a restaurant, I would fake it until I made it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd be like, "What do you need me to be right now? Because you're fucking hot as shit, yo." Um, okay, I really wanted to talk about. I don't know. Okay, so back to the store with the candy corn grapes. Um, Steven, even though he's a psychopath, he's got some game, yo. Like I
He
was all like,
does.
man, this motherfucker is talking some major game
And
and
I
shit.
think she was talking bullshit when he was like, man, that was a terrible line. I was like, and she was like, yeah, it really was. You know, she was like hook, line, and sinker. You
Oh
got
yeah.
me.
Oh, what are you talking? Her pants were soaking at that
Yep.
point. Like she was all like, "This is the man I want to
Because
marry,
he
you
did the
guys."
thing. He
Yeah,
said
he's
he
gonna
had a
chop my foot off and eat it.
sister, and yeah, his sister, and he was doing something for his niece. And
Exactly.
he had the cute little
Exactly.
line of, I live on aisle 6. What
Yeah.
aisle do you live on? Just come to hang out in the produce. I mean,
Exactly. Like I was all like, she was all like, he's gonna cut my foot off later, but I love him. I really
the
feel like I
only
love
thing that would
him.
have made her like literally drop to her knees right there is if he would have had a puppy on a
All
leash
right.
with him.
Yeah, even when he was like, I'm gonna want to text you, but I'm not going to. I was like, oh, this motherfucker is playing the long game.
Yeah.
This guy gets it,
Yeah.
although he's crazy.
Well, he's playing the long game because you're worth a lot of
Yeah,
money.
yeah, you are. Yeah. Your big toe is $30,000. Okay.
So at what point did you go, oh, this is gonna go bad? This isn't gonna be good.
I went at like after he said, "Hey, I want to take you out of town." I was like, "You guys have known each other for what, like 4 days? Like, what's going on here? What's going
Yeah.
on?"
When Molly was like, wait, what? Give me his Instagram. Oh, he doesn't have social media. She's like, oh, he's a serial killer. I was like, yeah, he is.
Yeah, and I just want to say, like, okay, so I have some things before that. I just want to say, I like, first off, you had already said it with the Manhattan with with a lot of cherries. That's my kind of girl. I was like, yes, and everything. And the fact that he gave her a bowl of cherries, I was like, this guy gets it and everything.
He wants that tip.
Yeah, he does. When he said, I don't eat animals, and I was like, later on, I was like, oh, now I know why he doesn't eat animals, because he eats people.
Right.
He's the animal.
I was like,
and then
say I'm a vegetarian.
Exactly, he didn't say any of that shit. He was just like,
I mean, in hindsight, that should have been a red flag.
Should have. Oh, I wrote the red flag. So the red flag for me was, okay, when they're driving in the car and he was like, she's like, oh, my phone doesn't work. Yep. He's like, oh yeah, you get bad Wi-Fi. And I was like, as soon as I didn't get bad Wi-Fi, I'd be like,
the minute I have no cell service and you tell me I gotta wait till I get to your house. First of all, you tell me you're taking me to a house in the woods, I'm out of the car.
Yeah, which looked like a cinder block. I just want to say that it did not look. When that black guy turned up at the house, he's like, this looks creepy. So I was like, yeah, because it doesn't look like a house at all. It just looks like a cinder block doorway.
I have a real big saying that I am going to say I believe true. When you go into the woods, whether it's someone's house, camping, or whatever, two things are going to happen. One of two things is happening. You're finding a skull or you're going to become the skull. One of the two. Right. There is no such thing as fun in the woods. There's not. People who are like, I love camping, the outdoors, I had so much fun. I'm like, oh, it's just a matter of time before you find a skull or you become a skull.
Ain't that the truth?
Subscribe to your podcast about your death.
Yeah, for sure.
So how did you feel about this movie's take on not showing the opening credits until 30 minutes?
Oh my God, I wrote that down in my notes. 30 minutes before the credits. I first I thought it was interesting, and then I was like, and then I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of annoyed because I was like, yo, I got shit to do. We've already established who these people are. Can we just get on with it?
Yeah, because the minute they get to the house and he gives her a Manhattan made with some special apricot, which is drugs, right? I'm assuming. The minute that happened, it cuts into, she passes out and it cuts into the opening credits. I was like, wait, what's happening? What is going on? But it's kind of like, that's the backstory. Now the real movie's going to start.
Yeah.
And boy, does it start.
Oh, it does. It does. I'm in the same boat. Me and you were in the same boat. Okay. So I want to talk about her best friend, if that's Molly. Okay with you. Yeah. Molly. So I wrote down, I like how these two friends have like a really good relationship, because I feel like if I went missing for even two weeks, or it would take 2 weeks before anybody realized I was like missing.
Oh my God, that's not true.
Minus my family. Like I have a family now. If I went missing now, but when I was
No,
single,
you call me multiple times a week. Like we have talks, like when I'm doing kid pickup from school and you're on your way to work, we talk. I'm not joking.
oh yeah,
If you miss those calls and you don't text me or something, I would seriously be on the phone to mom going, did Matthew call you? Because I do know if you can't get a hold of me, you call her, you go down the line of who can I talk to on the way
down
to
the
work.
rabbit hole.
Right. So I definitely go, that's not true. I would definitely be texting Trish going, is everything okay? Matt didn't call me at all.
Oh, I do tell everybody, if you don't hear me at least once a week, you need to call somebody to see if they heard from me. But I mean, I'm talking about like if I was single.
Oh,
I don't.
yeah.
I was like, I feel like it would have been 2 weeks before anybody found me.
Oh, do you know how
murdered.
many documentaries I watch? And I'm like, shit, I would have fell for his shit. I would have been
Oh,
one of his
for right on,
victims.
right on. Well,
Fuck.
he was a smooth talker. I'm telling you right now, he was a
He
smooth
would have
talker.
gotten me hook, line, and sinker. He'd have been eating my ass.
For sure. Oh, and look at you and the ass eating. You in these episodes of the ass eating. We're gonna talk about this later. So her friend, she turns into a regular Sherlock Holmes, real.
Oh, she's a down
quick.
bitch.
Oh,
she is like when she reverse image searches or reverse searches the image. I was like, oh, look at her. The first time I ever did that. I had to Google how to do it. I was like, I know I can do this.
Right.
How do I do this?
Yeah. And yeah. And what did you, okay, when she went to the wife's house, did you think that the wife was involved from the get-go?
I thought the wife was involved. Now, I did not think the wife was a victim, which as we see later,
did you? Because that's another question I have. Did you think that she was a victim of this whole thing?
So I think she was like Noah. Like she realized she had to be appealing to him in an other way. And I think it just took her a little longer than it took Noah. And I think he actually probably cared about Noah more than her. But yeah, I think he sold her leg.
Yeah, because
if he didn't, somebody else, because she knew about the business and she had to. My whole thing is she had to be involved and know about it because he was gone.
Do you think? Go ahead.
And I just think she. There's just too many things.
Do you think she was the woman from the magazine? And she just changed her name?
I don't know. I didn't even think of that.
Because wasn't her, I don't remember what the name was in the magazine, but I thought it started with an N and her name was Anne.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was either. I don't remember.
Okay, I wrote these things down. I was just because I was like, I wonder. Just trying to play Sherlock here. Anyways.
Well, my whole thing is I kind of, from the impression that I got from the way he talked and from the magazine was, she made the fatal flaw. Like she ended up being on his good side, but she made the fatal flaw at the beginning of fighting. When Penny says, how's your ass? Because he literally cut her ass off, which I would be okay with that.
Oh, I want to talk about that if you're okay with it in just a minute.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, you're going to have thoughts on it. I know you are. You are an eater of an ass. Anyways. Before we do though, I wanted to, when Molly goes to their house and she confronts the wife and she's like, hey, I'm looking for my friend and everything. By the way, they have a Ring doorbell. I know because it made that doo doo doo. And that's the doorbell sound my noise makes. And when I was watching this movie, my dog fully flipped the fuck out when it went off. And I was like, it's nobody at the door. It's the movie, you little idiot. Anyway.
Mine do that too. And I'm like, it's the TV. Calm down.
Yeah. And then so she goes in the house, and then as she's leaving, she calls Noah's son, which Noah, by the way, what a horrible fucking name. That's the name you give to your daughter when you don't have faith in her future. Anyways, did you think it was a mistake to call the phone before she was outside?
There's two things. One, it was a mistake to call the phone when you were still in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Two, why does he have Noah's phone with him?
Oh, that's a good point too.
I mean, that should be something that he leaves at the house and deals with there. He should not be mixing his life of Brandon and his life of Steve. They should stay separated. That's his fatal flaw. So my whole thing was when he was explaining how it works to her, well, let's talk about the her losing her butt and
her
everything.
ass. Yeah.
Her ass. So
I'm ready to talk. Let's do this. I'm ready. I have notes.
So my whole thing is, how would you have handled it? Would you have screamed, kicked, and then when he took you to get a shower, fought like she did and tried to get away?
No, because like I would have bided my time, kind of like she did
ends
after.
up doing. She plays the long game after she loses her ass.
Which I just want to say, like, it gives a whole new meaning to I'm going to eat some of that ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to eat that ass. I mean, you know about this. You're an ass eater. Anyway, so we've established this last episode, you guys. Go listen to that episode.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, I know what I'm talking about. Anyways.
Yeah, calm down, sir. So my whole thing is do you think she regrets that she should have just started playing the long game from the beginning?
100%. She lost her whole ass. She regrets it 100%. There's no way she does it.
Regrets it because you never seen her sitting on her ass until she goes upstairs. She's always on her side.
Yeah. She's like crawling, like army crawl to everything.
Why? I'm not so sure I would miss my ass.
I know. Listen, I've been told I have a juicy ass. What it's called, a juicy ass. So I would miss it 100%. Even if I didn't have a juicy ass, if I had a pancake ass, I would miss it because it's my ass.
Wouldn't it grow back? Because it's just fat?
I don't think it's not a liver, honey. It's a fucking ass.
But when you gain and lose weight. It's a
gluteus maximus, not a liverus ovarus, whatever that's called.
Weight,
I don't know, man. That's a lot to ask of your body to grow back a whole ass cheek, let alone
But
two.
if you lose your spare tire, you can get that back.
We're comparing now. I don't think it's going back.
So why? So I'm going to skip a little bit forward only to ask this question. So why did he take her ass first? And he clearly took Penny's ass first because she knew right away. But he took Molly's boob first.
I honestly don't know that. You're asking questions. I don't know that. The next time I talk to Sebastian Stan, I'll ask him. Okay.
Excellent. Or the brunch on Sunday. Got it.
The writer of this movie, who I don't know, who I will look up while we're talking. I don't know, but because
he's running a HelloFresh like for cannibals.
Oh yes, he is.
He boxes it up and everything in portions.
Listen, I'm having lunch. I'm having brunch tomorrow with Lauren Kahn. Tomorrow, I'll ask her. Okay.
Excellent.
Yes. Anyways. Yeah. Okay. So I have a question to ask you, but it's like kind of like one of those questions. Okay. Did he really think that she was going to get Stockholm syndrome within like the first, like, what was it, 2 days of kidnapping her?
No, it had to be longer than that though.
You think so? See, I thought it was like a week tops, and she was all like,
because it's been 2 weeks.
What do bitches' breasts taste like?
But when Molly goes to the house, she says to the wife, he took her to Cottage Grove over 2 weeks ago.
That is an excellent point. I didn't think about that. Even 2 weeks though. I thought Stockholm syndrome took a while.
How long did the bank robbers keep Patty Hearst?
You're asking questions. I don't even know who that is. I don't know who Patty Hearst is. Yeah, fuck that hoe.
He's like the
fuck
famous
couch,
Stockholm
bitch.
syndrome.
Yeah. Is that where it comes from Patty Hearst?
I think so. I know. She has nothing to do with Stockholm.
I thought it came from Stockholm.
Yeah, I was gonna say she doesn't have she's a famous Stockholm case because she was kidnapped and then she started robbing banks with the kidnappers.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I didn't know that. Anyways, okay. They did a montage after she eats the human meatball, which I was all like, he's like, this meal costs 30.
All the people that was it Melissa?
It was Melissa. Out? Yeah. And he's like, and he's like, this meal costs $30,000. I was like, one meatball on some cheap ass noodles with some Alfredo sauce. Okay, whatever. Okay, so they do this montage of all the rich men eating people or eating women. And there's one which was gross in general, but there's one where a guy's like literally like eating with no fork or spoon or
Yeah,
anything.
like he's a dog.
Yeah, a ground beef. It looks like Taco Bell. I mentioned it earlier. It looks like Taco Bell ground beef on a plate, and he's just like,
Oh, I thought it was just raw, like a tartare
oh, you ew.
made out of whatever
Oh,
part of the
see,
human it was.
I thought there was some seasoning in there, but it was just gross. The
You
whole
can
time I
season
was,
raw meat.
oh, yeah, you can, but it looked cooked. It looked like Taco Bell ground beef. I'm not even joking when I say that. After all of, hold on, I need a little sippy sip. So after all is said and done, and she's bamboozled him this time because she's got game, she's got psychopath game. Okay, so when he gets her in the bedroom and she's all like getting him like, in the mood to get a little
No, wait, you're not even going to talk about the dancing montage, little.
I mean,
How drunk were they? They couldn't have been that drunk because she couldn't have carried out her plan if they were that drunk. But who dances like that?
I mean, drunk people, drunk people dance like that all the time. I know because I've seen it.
And how
They're
do you
they're
think
bad dancers, by the way. I just want to say that they're bad
they're
dancers.
horrible dancers? Like they're
Uh,
doing that little shimmy back and forth
Yeah.
together, and
I'm
that
a good
dress.
dancer, by the way. I just want to say I'm an excellent dancer.
I think I am, but I'm biased because it's me and I think I'm
Oh,
great.
I'm not biased. I know I'm a good dancer. I got rhythm and everything. Anyway,
Her dress, like he thinks that she liked the dress. You
yeah, that
could
dress
tell
was
when she
hideous.
opened that she didn't like it.
Did you think that dress was
That
cute?
was
It was
disgusting.
great. It had a bow, a fucking
It was
bow.
pink.
Yeah, anyway, oh, it was so pink.
So
Yeah, that dress was foul. And I'm like, this is not fashion. This is just,
no,
this is thread garbage.
that was something else. I'm very unsure on what was going on.
When he said, I have a gift for you, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was her friend's face, like just
Oh,
carved off. I was like, ooh, that'd have been good. Because I was waiting for him to reveal that he killed her friend, or at least they were eating her friend. And then she was gonna have like a freak out moment, like, oh my god, we're eating my friend and everything.
well, you don't think she freaked out later when she realized the breast she ate was her friend Molly's?
I don't, did she realize it was her friend Molly?
No,
Because I didn't
because
get
that's
that.
the one she never asks the name. I
Yeah,
think
I
she
didn't.
still thinks it's Melissa because the first girl was Hope. And then they had that whole joke about Melissa being boring. And then she made the joke about saving the breast for last.
Yeah.
But she never asked. I think she assumed it was Melissa.
Okay, so after they have their dance and they're gonna have some sexy time, but he's gonna let her suck his dick, which, by the way, don't let the woman that you're holding captive suck your dick. Like, I've seen enough movies to know. Yeah, exactly. You don't let anybody, like, you're stupid. You deserve what you got for more than one reason. Anyways, but first off, do you think she bit his dick off or his balls or both?
Oh,
What?
I don't think she bit it off because I feel like that would take a ton. I mean, I don't know.
Which I just go like I love how everybody's like, I'm gonna bite his dick off, and then like, ah,
I don't think she does. I think she just bites it enough that so hard as she can, but you don't see her spit it out or anything.
That's a
you
good
just
point.
see
That's
her
a good
grab
point.
keys and run.
Right, yeah, which good for her, but I'm just like, you're an idiot. You deserve this, not because you're a crazy person that eats people, but because you're, also dumb. So, okay. After she escapes and she goes down to the basement and frees all the other girls, which Melissa was not one of them, which I felt kind of bad for that Melissa didn't make it.
The same thing. I was
You were like, what?
like, door, and it was Molly, and you
were like, what?
opened the door.
All right, time out. We need to fix
Hold
this.
on. Something's wrong here. Let me.
Every time you try to start talking, it fades out, but then you come back.
There, is that?
Yeah. Okay. So,
Okay.
okay. You were like, what?
Well, because she runs down and she opens the door and she's like, Molly. She's freaked out because she realizes it's Molly. Then she goes and gets Penny. Why didn't she go to the next room and get Melissa? I mean, I saw Penny. Penny was missing a lot. She had like the eye thing going on, like the patch on her head.
Yeah.
She was missing a leg. She has no ass because she knew what Noah was going through. She probably has no boobs. She's not much of a woman left. How bad does Melissa look?
Yeah, and they yeah, for sure. I thought Melissa maybe was just I thought that maybe he could only have like 3 girls at one time alive, and that's why he didn't have Melissa.
Melissa off.
Yeah, which was a bummer, but
so she was now in the freezer.
Yeah, for sure. Because I was trying to read those names, but I was like, I don't know who that is.
I only had the last name with the first initial.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was like. I don't know who that is. Why would
you put a last name on him? Why wouldn't you just put the first name, you ding dong?
Right. Okay. And then when they got free and they were in the kitchen fighting and everything, I was like, oh, they tore his ass up. Like they were just like hitting him with everything, which I would have done the same thing. But like little Penny was just army crawling it with the knife. She was like, I'm stabbing him. And she's like stabs him in the leg and everything. I was like, good for you, Penny.
Good for all of them because they were all
nickel for your thoughts. What'd you say?
I said, good for them because they were all at a disadvantage. I mean, poor Penny. Like every time I was like, girl.
For sure.
Poor thing. I mean, Noah's only missing an ass. Molly's only missing a boob.
Right. I feel like Noah put up like the least amount of fight and she was only missing an ass. And then Penny was missing like a whole leg. Molly
was missing a boob freshly. Like he had just cut it off hours before.
Right.
To serve it up. Like she was probably still in a lot of pain. So yeah, I really felt like Noah could have done a little bit more against Steve, but man, she kicked his wife's ass.
For sure. Yeah. Speaking of that, I love how the wife shows up and Steve's dead because they shot him. I love how he didn't bring out the gun right away. Like, I'm all like, Steve, don't you think you should have brought out the gun right away if you wanted to keep these bitches in line?
Your dick, you should have went for the gun.
Exactly. And then he gets shot because they get the gun away from him because there's more than one of them. And then his wife comes out. And she's like, you saved us from it. And then she starts choking Noah. And I'm all like, honeybee. Like, what's going on here? What's going on? What's going on? You want to be, you want to.
She loves the eating the people business with the money.
Can people really taste all that great? I mean,
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't want to know either. You guys, you 1% of the 1%, you have fun. Okay. I'm not going to be one of your victims. I'm going to stay in my house.
It's like the Hostel movies.
Oh, for sure.
I go, great. You want to do that stuff? You got the money to do it. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't want to be your victim. Therefore, I don't travel to certain places.
For
nor
sure.
do I trust anybody.
Right on.
So,
but after she kills Steve's wife, or Brendan, and then they all, get free, and her phone is sitting there, and then she gets a text from Chad from the beginning.
Where's the bodyguard guy that she told to take Steve? Like, they got away, but he doesn't think he should go looking for anybody?
Maybe. I don't know.
He's just putting Steve on ice and going home?
Maybe.
The wife a little tickle?
Maybe. I don't think that getting rid of Steve would take like a hot minute. I think it would take some time because bodies are heavy. You have to drive them away and stuff. But I after when that text came through from Chad that was said, are you up and everything? I wrote down Chad's not looking so bad now, huh?
You might be a little bit more compatible with him now.
For sure. That's all I have as far as
overall. What did you think of this movie?
I would recommend it only in the sense that it was obviously an indie film because they filmed it in one house kind of thing. But it was all right, but don't watch it if you're like really looking for something to watch. I would say not watching, but if you're home and you're just like, nonchalantly looking for something to watch, I would suggest it.
I think everyone should give it a go, unless you're real squeamish, because when he slices off the very thin piece of leg and just pops it in his mouth after his
yeah, that was gross.
So nasty. I was like, that's not prosciutto or I can't speak.
Bruschetta.
Thank you. So yeah, I liked it. It was different. It was different.
Right on.
All right. So now we're going to move on to our next portion. What is your question?
My question for you is, what is your favorite Sebastian Stan movie? I love Sebastian Stan, by the way. He did a great job.
He did. Mine is Captain America: Civil War, where he plays Bucky.
He is pretty great in that movie. That movie is really, really good. I love him as Bucky. Yeah, he's great.
What was yours?
Mine is Sweeney Todd.
Uh,
Oh, no. It was the Bronze. Sorry. I'll edit that out. Sorry. That was my answer for yours. Sorry. Hold on 2 seconds. Mine is the Bronze. He plays like an Olympic coach or whatever, like one of those bar people or whatever. He's great in it. It's just really good. You get to see his butt and everything. So, but you would like that. Yeah, he's really funny in that movie. It's a funny movie and he's great in it. And that's my favorite Sebastian Stan movie.
You make one little joke and it comes up for
Oh, that
forever.
was not, sweetie, you revealed a lot. That wasn't a joke. That wasn't a joke. Come on.
All right. So my question is what is your favorite movie with cannibalism in it?
My answer is Sweeney Todd. Not only is, although the people that are being cannibals in it, they don't realize they're being cannibals. They're like eating humans without knowing it. So maybe they get the wide-eyed like Noah did after she ate that Melissa meatball or Hope meatball, whatever it was. I love that movie, and they eat people in that movie.
So I chose the movie Alive.
Oh, yeah.
Because I have a lot of issues with them eating the people, but it brought over like the situation of, if you had to, would you? And if you had to eat people, what part would you eat first? They ate the butt first.
Yeah, you would like that. Yeah, you would. You're so
kind. It was they ate from the men first only, and they ate the butt and the back of the thighs and stuff. So if they were found, their families could still have a body and stuff like that. But in the end, when those guys, this is the part where I was like, I wouldn't be volunteering to go on that hike to civilization. When those guys set out to get through, they pack organs in their bag to take along. That's a little much for me, but it's a good movie because it's based on a true story. And I would say, if you haven't read the book, read the book. The book's really good. It's written by one of the survivors. So, yeah.
Right on.
Anything else you'd like to add?
No, I have nothing else that I would like to add to
Do you think
this.
PETA, since they're against the eating of animals, they're against the eating of people?
I don't know about. I have no idea.
I was just wondering, because I was like, we technically are animals? Would they fight for us, or would they be like, well, at least they're not eating animals?
Right on. I am not an animal.
All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much for listening. Follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated. We will also be posting this video to our YouTube channel, so be sure to subscribe to us on YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And if you listen to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, we would really appreciate it if you would give us a 5-star review. And don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye.
Bye.